Okay, I'm back with some more. I've decided to put the DNA, this DNA part, just put this aside for right now because that one was hard. So now I went on to the ball and chain. When I did the video last night, I showed that little copper thing inside of this mold. Well, this morning, oh, it's stuck now. Okay, it's hard, and we put a screw in it. I have a piece of chain, and now I am making the cuff part that goes on the end of this chain. And what I've got, how I'm doing that, is this fantastic roll of, it's a little thicker than foil. I don't think it's aluminum. I think it's some kind of other metal like steel. I'm not really sure. I forgot. There's no tag. I ordered this like years ago. I found it in the lacing department on the Leather Factory's website, or Tandy Leather, Weaver Leather, one of those three. Too long ago to remember, but it's easy to work with, and I'm wrapping it because it's kind of thin. It won't break. It's really hard to cut. I have to keep bending it back and forth. I can't cut it with any of my tools. So what I'm doing is just building up the thickness of it, the girth, so that when it's on my sculpture, you can at least see that there's something there. And what I'm doing is wrapping 24 gauge. Oh, that light's bright. 24 gauge copper wire around this, and it's kind of sharp on the edges, so I'm going to just keep wrapping. And it seems like it wants to twist, so I have to work close to where I'm pinching it in my fingers instead of like way out here, because it'll twist. So that's what I'm doing now. I wish I could play some music for you, but I don't know what I can use right at the moment without getting a copyright strike. I'm not in the mood for background music that Alan makes. I mean, he's a great artist, but oh, I just bent this. See, it does bend easy, and I'll be able to straighten it out. Just straighten it right out. I'm pinching the copper wire flat. Here's the rest of this for the soldering irons. This piece, and here's the solder. Okay. Here, let's just wrap this around. And just keep wrapping. I'm holding tension on it. I want the same amount of tension, so I'm not going to put it down until I've got it done. So I've noticed if I put my project down and come back to wrapping, I hold a different tension on it, and I can always tell where I've stopped and started again. So I'm just going to pinch it together and just flatten out that copper. This is going to be the cuff. So you can see it does add a little bit of girth. Not much, but you know, um, I'm not that good. So otherwise I would love to be able to sculpture um, original medieval out of clay or something like that, or in a forge or something, but not that good. So I gotta improvise. I gotta tell you about my neighbor. I am so super proud. I am just stoked about my neighbor getting in an exhibition in Florida, some art exhibition. I don't know what he's going to be showing, but he is hitting the big time. So proud of him. So proud of him. So art is booming. It's just, I'm not sending anything out for exhibitions out of my area. I don't plan on traveling. I just want to keep it small. All this stuff bends easy. Hard to cut, but bends easy. I'll have to shape it around something to get the shape. And all of this I'm going to paint on top of and embellish it some more with micas so this whole project looks metallic when I'm done. I'm going to ask $1,200 for this painting when I'm done with it. So, I just want to take my time and do my best. It might sell, it might take 5 months to sell. It might not sell at all. This is going to be one that I know a lot of people are going to want. And the thing is, it's probably family. And if it doesn't sell online, it'll be a heirloom someday. Maybe in 2 years from now. So I'm just going to start twisting. This is kind of tedious work in a way. You got to have the patience for it. Sure do. When I get closer to this end, I'll start wrapping it like this. My thumb. I kind of miss wire wrapping jewelry since I've been working on this project. I'm going to pinch these together. I got another shipment of stones in today. And let me show you them real quick. My hands do something different. It's from Matt's Crazy Art. He always includes some type of bead that kind of matches the stones. So, but I've got some blue sodalite. Hey, Glastronaut. And I think this is pink. Pink Rodnite or something. I forgot. And a carved tiger eye. I got an arrowhead. And this feels like chert. I think it's chert. And I forgot what he called this, but it's just amazing. Kind of looks like a tree on here. It looks green, but it looks blue. It doesn't really catch any. Let me open up the window here. It doesn't catch any flash or anything, but it's just pretty. And it feels smooth. And this is some picture jasper. This is actually a heart. And I like picture jasper. So this was all on a YouTube auction. And I think this is glass. And then one of these things. I think this is electroplated, but I'm not sure. I think that's what they call that. Electroplated. So that's what I got from Matt's Crazy Art this time. And I'm really happy with the stones that he has. So happy. I'll just let them roll around my desk. And and the price isn't that bad. Well, it's what you bid, really. I've seen some of his auctions go up to like $150 on, I don't know, about that size package. It's just what it's worth to the person, But I like to go in there and bid, and I have fun. The chat room is nice and friendly. There's no problems over there. So if there were, I'm sure that they would handle it right away. They don't always treat their chat like an open commodity. They're kind of strict. They've got their rules, and I like that. It's more kind of disciplined. So let's see if Toast will come over, because I wanted to get some things straightened out, and I wanted a statement from him about his channel. I have not asked him to post any videos or anything. I have not edited for him. I have not edited any videos for him since 2016, and it was just one. I gave him back like a 5-hour video. That was the only editing I have ever done for him. So I don't do people's fuckery videos. So don't give me that much credit, because some of those videos are incredibly funny. So I did get a hold of them, and I told them, hey, they're going to blame me for this, and I just want an open statement from him that I did not ask him to put videos up there to harass anyone. So that's the conspiracy that's going around. So I'm going to bend this around and make a cuff and have it come over. Let me see. Let me go around this cap. Got quite a ways to go yet. But yeah, I'll help. And then I'm going to clamp it around the end of this chain. See? And I'm making a ball and chain for my COVID sculpture. That's what this is. So this is like a little stage prop here that I'm working. Canvas prop. Kind of like, I guess you could say it's kind of like multimedia art, but it's different yet from that. It's like sculptured art. It's kind of like in a world of its own. And we'll see if Toast comes in. I know he wanted to come up on my panel, and he's welcome up here. That's fine. But I'm going to be questioning him. And I do want a statement that puts a lot of the lies and conspiracy theories to rest, so that we can all move on, hopefully in peace. And y'all know that I don't tell him what to upload on his channel. I never did. And I never will tell anybody what they should do and what they can't do with their channels. I just don't do that kind of stuff. All right, let's see how far I got now. Unless they ask, well, Brenda, what kind of content should I do? I can give some suggestions. That's about all that I'll do, though. All right. Have this done a little thinner. And this is diddling around with a lot of little stuff, My husband doesn't have the patience for this. He's more of a bigger project person that don't have little parts. He's worked a saw mostly all of his life, and there was one time when he had a oops, and it almost took his thumb off. It took half of it off. So he doesn't like fiddling with this little stuff. Okay. So we're going to close that end. We're going to start wrapping them together. And keep that pushed back. I think what I'm going to do is cut that from the spool and put this on. I can't make this too heavy either. Sometimes people just can't have 100 pounds hanging on their wall. So I got to watch and keep it light, or I can. You're definitely going to have to hit your wall joists when you hang this, because it's going to be heavy. The other one that I did was a lot smaller, and that was pretty heavy. So you got to hit 2 studs in the wall. And that's why I'm putting this on a 24 by 24 canvas, so that you have some adjustment to hang it. Okay. It's going to lay like that. Okay, I'm going to wrap this around really tight. And just come up through. And yep. It's good enough. I think you get the gist of what this is, a ball and chain. All right. Hope that looks like it. I don't know. So it's going to be actually painted black and then gone over again with metallics. So now we have to, I need one more of these, so I have to pour some more resin and wait for it to cure. So I have one more. I'd like to have two of them because we have 2 feet. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is I have to work on that DNA. That DNA strand. I've got my COVID balls right here. And I've got the blindfold done. Let's see. I have to get some swabs. And what else did I need? The hypos. Yes, we've got to prepare these. I'm going to put Trump riding on one of these to make it look like he's riding the rocket for warp speed. And it goes back to, the COVID era, which we're pretty much at the end of it now. I didn't want to do any art while it was going on because I would, I don't know, kind of feel like I was mocking because so many people died, and anyone who died of anything was marked as COVID. And I didn't want to do this kind of art back when COVID was a thing. And it still kind of is a thing, but not like it was. So it's kind of a political thing to show the corrupt and crooked powers to be in the things that happened during that era. And I mean, a lot of people probably won't want to remember. So I'm just going to put it all on an art sculpture and move on. Yep, moving on. So that's what I've got so far. I've still got a lot of prep work to do. I'm having fun prepping for this, and pretty soon, I think sometime Sunday, I will be able to paint the background. And which is going to be a really neat process. You don't want to miss it, because I'm going to pour the acrylic paint on the board. It is going to be a birch canvas. My husband made the canvas. And then I'm going to drop drops of Liquitex acrylic ink. Just one drop, and I'm going to put a drop of isopropyl alcohol on top of this drop of ink. And they spread out. It spreads out like fractals, kind of like the COVID look, but much more exaggerated. So that's what the background is going to look like. And I'm waiting for one. I'm getting a stencil. We're going to have a little bit of a brick wall on there. We're going to have the mask. We're going to have a blindfold. The eyes are sewn shut. And you can take that the way you want to. It's a statement that maybe, people just didn't want to, whatever. I'm not going to get into the politics of it. And yeah, let's skip that part. So that's what we got coming up. I'm going to be working on this all weekend. I could almost do 24/7 streaming on this project because there's a lot of parts involved with it. And I would like to show how to make this kind of art. It's different than needing the skills to paint a scenery to make it look like a picture. So, okay, that's all I got for you right now. Of course, I'm going to be back. I'll see you in the next video.